The topic is the Tennessee State University football program, and we're talking to the head coach of the Tennessee State University football program, Coach James Webster. And of course, Coach Webster, let's give you an opportunity over the last few minutes that we have here to talk about some of the support that you're receiving, and especially how your fans and the alumni and, of course, the administration and et cetera are reacting to some of the things that are going on with your football team.
Well, I'm very excited about the future of this football program, you know, where we are right now and where we're going. Of course, you know, everything starts with your administration. You know, to be successful in anything, you have to have the support of the administration. President Johnson has been very, very supportive of the football team. He comes out and watches practice. He's at every game, you know, he's in our locker room after the game being supportive and talking to the football team. And that's important for the players to see the president out there because he is our leader. And he's been very, very supportive of everything that we're doing as far as the direction of the athletic department. Mr. Risa Phillips, the athletic director, like I always tell everybody, and I smile and I say that she's never said no to anything that I've asked her for as far as this program is concerned. But at the same time, I'm very reasonable about the things I ask her for. And she's very in tune to what we're doing. She's very aware of where we are and of the things that we need. And we're constantly talking about things that we need to do to continue to take the football program in the right direction. I think it's important for the fans and the alums to support the athletic department, you know, not only with their attendance to the games, I mean all sports, volleyball, basketball, but also by their financial contributions. You know, it takes a lot of money to run an athletic department, you know, and I know that I have a budget, and I look at my budget, you know, you talk about for a student, that's almost $20,000 a year for an out-of-state student, almost $10,000 a year. So that comes out of my budget. That's a lot of money for that. So Ms. Phillips is constantly working with me and working with the coaches to make sure that we're heading in the right direction. You look at the future of our football program, our schedule. We just recently got our schedule approved for this upcoming season. It's probably going to be the toughest schedule we've had since we've been here. We've had some tough schedules. We've added Southern University. I know that this is an old-time rival. Back in the day, you know, Tennessee State used to play Southern. So we're going to go down, fly down to Southern and play them this year. And then I think next year for the John Murray Classic, Southern's coming up here. So we've got a tough schedule. You know, we've got one stretch in our schedule where we play 6 games away in a row. So we've got to be road warriors. We really do. The other thing is that there's a lot going on as far as facilities are concerned. I know that we're in the process right now of trying to get better practice facilities. Ms. Phillips has showed me a lot of different things they want to do as far as practice facilities concerned, as far as meeting rooms, players' locker rooms, improving those things. We are right now presently working on improving our player locker room situation to give us nice and upgraded facilities. And then there, of course, is the stadium. I know a lot of people have brought up a question about, well, are we going to come back to the hole? Well, it takes money to do that. And there is a plan in the works right now to renovate the stadium, to get things done in the long range, so that it, you know, when and if that decision is made for us to come back and hold the play, that we'll be able to do those things. So I'm really excited about the support we're getting from President Johnson and the support from Mr. Risa Phillips as far as the football program is concerned.
And you've had an opportunity to hear from your fans as well, have you not?
We have. I think that, you know, one thing I don't do, I don't go on the internet, you know, because when I first got here I did. And, you know, the internet is some good things to say, some bad things to say, you know, but I'm more in tune to people that I can meet face to face. People that call me on the phone, people write me letters, because now I know who's saying it, and I know who I'm communicating with. And we've had tremendous fan support. We really have. We've had great attendance at our games. As far as we travel a lot of fans. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback from people. The people are very knowledgeable about sports and knows what it takes to rebuild a program. Say, Coach, you know, you're doing a great job. You know, you're on schedule. Well, I say we're a little bit ahead of schedule. You know, but I've gotten positive feedback. There are a lot of people offering their help as far as recruiting is concerned. Hey, Coach, there's a player here, there's a player there. You know, they're calling us, letting us know about it. And that's important because we don't have the money to go to Chicago, to Florida, to Texas, a place like that. So it really helps. Indianapolis, you know, when our fans call us and tell us, hey, I know about this player, I know about that player. And those things really help us as far as being able to expand our recruiting, to be able to know about players in areas that we wouldn't normally know about because we don't have the money to travel there. So our alum support is not just financially, but also information too. You know, anytime our alums call us about players, that helps us. And that is a little bit of a financial support because now I don't have to get on a plane to go there and look for guys. Now when I go there, I know where they are. I know exactly where to go. And that really, really helps us.
You know, you mentioned the fact that you've got a new quarterback from Paris, Tennessee.
Right.
Why don't you talk about how you got involved with that recruit?
Well, what we do is, and this costs us money too. We buy publications. We buy publications that in magazines that tell us about high school players, where the players are, and things like that. And so this young man was on the cover of one of the publications that we bought. So we figured he must be pretty good. They said he's the top player in this part of the state of Tennessee and one of the top players in the state of Tennessee. So as a result of that, we followed up on that, and the young man showed interest in what we're doing. Matter of fact, it came down to us and the University of Memphis, a Division I school. So we defeated Memphis on being able to get the kid. So that was a great catcher for us.
And so you're doing some great things in terms of reaching out and in terms of really laying the foundation for this football team.
Right.
Now, one of the great games that we'll play this upcoming season will be the John Merritt Classic. What are some of your plans in reference to that? I mean, have you made any plans in reference to it?
Well,
not necessarily about winning or losing, but how do you see that?
Well, one thing I think is important for our fans to come out and support that classic. Very, very important. Number one, financially supports. Number two, I think it's a great classic. I think it's a great rival. You know, Alabama A&M, I guess I picked the wrong time to come and play because prior to my coming here, Alabama A&M was not that good of a football. They were good, but Tennessee State had pretty much beaten them. Now all of a sudden these last 2 years, like this past year, they won the SWAC conference. They were the best team in the SWAC, and they've beaten us 2 years in a row since I've been here. So number one is we got to figure out a way to beat them. Number two is that I think it's important that the people, Clinton Gray and Ms. Phillips, the people surrounding the Classic, they're trying to get more things associated with the Classic. You know, things that are happening like performances and different games and different things happening for the kids to go to and things like that, which I think is all part of a Classic. So it's not just a one-day event. They're trying to stretch it out and make it more than just one day so that people can come in town, stay in hotels, and spend money and really enjoy themselves.
You know, that Classic also is important in terms of bringing more people into that stadium.
Yes.
And one of the things that I've always wondered is why in the world we can't increase the attendance there. I mean, is there something that we can do, or is there anything that you thought? Of course, if we were to win every game, you know, but beyond that, I mean, what are some of the practical things that we could, that you might think that people might be able to help you do in terms of building up that your attendance in that?
Well, you know, one thing I think that I've always felt that when organizations and corporations get involved, you have more people involved. You know, I think that the corporations, because Nashville is a large city, there are a lot of businesses here, and I think, you know, for instance, churches and different organizations, you know, I think that if corporations and businesses and churches would go in and say, hey, okay, we're going to buy 100 tickets, right, and then we're going to give these 100 tickets to the members of our church. You know, as a corporation, we're going to buy 200 tickets, and then we're going to, you know, give these to the workers, you know, here in our businesses. So I think that the groups that are able to afford to be able to buy blocks of tickets and then give them away to people that maybe couldn't afford to come to games, that would really, really help. I think it would, because we'll get more people in the community involved. It would be a cheap source of entertainment from the standpoint that the expenses are decreased. So I would just like to see the corporations and the businesses and the churches to get more involved and buy up blocks of tickets. And it's a great thing for your employees, a great thing for the members to be able to help them out. And at the same time, you're helping out Tennessee State University.
Have you thought about the individuals you'd probably have to contact in order to sort of move that idea, that thought along? Well,
I really believe that Clinton Gray and everybody that's working with the John Merritt Classic, they are doing those type things. They are contacting the corporations and the churches and big businesses. You know, I just would like to see them respond more in a positive way because they are being contacted by Clinton Gray and all the people that run the John Merritt Classic. But I would just like to see them take a more active role in responding to that and buying up blocks of tickets and helping and contributing in the best ways that they can.
That as long as those tickets are offered, but if they don't respond by purchasing tickets, then really there's no effort that way.